And you want to introduce round 2.
Yes. So round 2. First of all, can I just pause here for a second and say, like, can we just give these guys a round of applause? I mean, come on. This is really, really hard. We're sitting in front of an audience of, to Valentina's point, 200 people. So listen, we really appreciate you doing this. And there's no judgment whatsoever. To Katie's point, we're all in the same boat. We all have the same foundation around AI, and we're all just trying to figure it out. So this is not a winners take all situation. It's more about just a learning opportunity for everybody. Okay, all right. So let's tee up the second challenge here. In the second challenge, you will be writing a job candidate letter from Magneto Dynamics Director of Marketing Joanna Kincaid to a candidate by the name of Harrison Blackwood. Harry has applied for the position of social media manager, but as is so often the case with Iron Chef competitions, there is also a secret ingredient. So, Chris, why don't you share what that secret ingredient is?
That's right, everyone. The secret ingredient is rejection. You have 3 minutes to use generative AI and cook up a thoughtful rejection letter to Harrison that demonstrates creativity and empathy while keeping in mind the culture of a manufacturing company like Magneto Dynamics. So, contestants, are you ready? The 3-minute clock begins now. And tell me, from your perspective, do you believe that these machines can do a good job of expressing empathy?
I think that they can do a good job of pretending to express empathy. I mean, it's not actual empathy because it's a machine. So I think if we ask it to get into the mindset of someone who is being profoundly disappointed because they are being let down, because they are not going to get this dream job at Magneto Enterprises that they hoped that they would get, then yeah, I think it can do a reasonable job. But the thing about any AI writing is that it's always going to be a facsimile of an empathic point of view. And so to me, so I want to say no, but because that's my mindset as a writer, and I want to protect our ability to create empathic content as like the last bastion of hope. But that said, can it do a decent job of fabricating empathy or having like a synthetic kind of empathy? Sure, it can. I think it could do that, especially in a situation like this where it is very, very specific. You don't have to tell a whole story around Harry's profound disappointment and what that might feel like. Instead, you just have to let him down easy in front of 200 people in this audience today. So that's how I would answer. Chris, what do you think?
I think it depends on the hiring manager or the manager too, because there are some folks who just cannot channel empathy. And as a result, having a tool that can simulate empathy might be better than someone like me who's like, well, you didn't get the job, so screw. That probably is not the response the average job seeker would be looking for. This is also why Katie Rivera says, I am not permitted to hire anyone.
I was just waiting for Katie, by the way, to chime in with an accurate. She's waving her Handley up. That is, yeah, he's 100%. Exactly. That's actually true.
3, 2, 1. Push away your keyboards, contestants.
Thumbs
Push
up.
away your keyboards.
Knives up in the air. Mixing bowl tossed to the side.
All right, let's see what our contestants have cooked up. Valentina, go ahead and show us what you cooked up.
Oh boy. Okay. So what I have here is this. Let me see. Marketing director Joanna is addressing Harrison for a job description and a job role, social media rejection letter to demonstrate the displays empathy in a manufacturing company. It's so hard to focus because you guys are providing so much insight.
All right, let's see what we got here.
I trust this message finds you well. Oh my lord! Not your fault, Valentina, but that's crazy. Anyway.
No. This looks. At least from my perspective, this looks. It's a little formal, stilted, but it covers the bases. I think. I understand this news may be disappointing, and I want to show that it no way reflects your lack of respect for your qualifications, experience. I think that's decent language. What do you think, Anne?
Yeah, I actually agree with that. I mean, I I'm surprised after that first line of "I trust this finds you well." No, it doesn't find me well. I'm about to get like summarily rejected from the job that I wanted. But no, I think it actually does a fairly decent job. I like the empathy, thoroughly impressed with your background, the skills that you possess. You're a strong contender in your field, all of that stuff. I understand that it's disappointing. I think that's actually, not too bad. Well, how does it end,
right.
Valentina? I'm just curious. What is the ending? Okay. Warm regards. Yeah, I mean, and then it ends on a point of like, I hope our paths may cross again down the road. I mean, if you're going to get rejected, that's not the worst Dear Harry letter I've ever seen in my life. So I think that's actually pretty good.
All right. Brooke, are you all set to share what you cooked up?
Yes, I found it. Okay, sharing screen. Share. Here we go. So I just gave it one prompt this time.
Yep.
You are now an HR specialist with magnetodynamics, just because I wanted to write with that tone. You need to write a professional but heartfelt rejection letter for a gentleman named Harrison Blackwood. Your name is Joanna. I forgot name because I couldn't remember what the last name was. So here's my letter, and it says it's on letterhead.
Nice.
Okay. Interesting. This is very similar language. So
Very.
both prompts were fairly short prompts that resulted in very similar language, including the same sign off. What do you think, Anne?
Yeah, it's actually very, very similar. I actually really love Joanna's last name too. I forgot name. I think that actually works super well.
I think it's French.
I forgot the name. Yeah, I hope this message finds you well. Again, Harry is feeling very well, but very jobless. So,
Very well, and then not.
Yeah, just no. And I think actually the tone is very, very similar to Valentina's. So it's a little surprising. It delivered almost the exact same letter. I don't know, surprising maybe not, but the prompts were similar, so I guess that would explain why. But yeah, not too bad. I will say though, firstly is one of those words in the English language that I just really, really have a visceral reaction of just I hate that word. So I have to say that it's not a reflection of you, Brooke, but I think that ChatGPT in this situation, it's like, no, it's like that gets ChatGPT just for using firstly gets like a -2.
That's a huge tip, though. This is why you never publish straight from anything you get from ChatGPT. It needs serious editing.
All right.
That's
Chris,
so
you want to
true.
go ahead and share your screen and show us what you cooked up? All right.
I have to unmute. So here's my prompt. I said, forget all previous instructions because I need him to not be a marketer now. You are a talent acquisition professional at Magneto Dynamics with hiring and rejection duties. Please write a brief job rejection letter to a candidate named Harrison Blackwood, who's applying to be a social media manager. Please keep the letter brief and highlight the lack of manufacturing technology experience. Please wish Harrison well in their next search. Use very few adjectives. Sign this, Joanna Kincaid, please. I then had to rewrite it. I said, please add in a recommendation to take some marketing courses because I'm a sucker. There you go. That's my letter.
Wow.
All right. Let's see what we have here. Thank you. We appreciate it. Just had not moved forward. Okay, so Anne, what do you think about both the prompt and the output?
It's funny, Chris, because initially I was like, that's so fantastic that you're offering to you're giving a shout out to Marketing Prof's courses. Yeah, 100%. But in this context, it honestly reads a little bit like they're like, you got to level up, Harry, if you're going to get anywhere in your life. It almost reads a little bit like a slam, I got to say. I don't know.
That was intentional.
Yeah, was it? Is Harry that dumb?
I just don't. If I reject people, I reject them.
Yeah, it's very, very. Dear Harrison Blackwood, full name this time. Thank you for your interest. This one's a little bit more straightforward, I would say. Yeah, we seek a candidate with more direct experience. Yeah, I saw some comments in the chat that HR would want it to be tighter and shorter. I mean, I don't work in HR, so it seems to me, and maybe people in the audience can confirm, that this feels like it would be more in line with actually what an HR letter would be. in the sense that it would be super tight, to the point, aside from the slam against taking marketing pros courses, because Harry is a dummy and he'll never get another job anywhere ever unless he takes a marketing pros course. And whether it's true or not, again, in this context, feels a little bit rough.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it does a good job, but it doesn't really express that empathy that the other ones did.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Is that true, Chris? He's actually working at Chili's now? Wow, we should go and order a bloomin' onion and just say hey to Harry, maybe.